Hey everybody, Robert Burke in my game room. Check it out. Not here to show you my game room today though. I am here to talk about our brand new card game system that we've been working on over the last 3 years. It's called Book of Dragons, and we're targeting a January first week, second week 2018 Kickstarter launch. We have about 20 different games that go with this card game system as designed by about 15 different tabletop game designers. Martin Wallace, Mike Fitzgerald, John Gilmore, Ken Shannon, myself, lots of different designers have contributed to creating games to this card game system. So the idea here is that you'll have a deck of playing cards. These are tarot-sized cards though, so they're much bigger. They have no text, no iconography, just the beautiful dragon artwork of Karem Bayet. There are 10 different dragons in the deck, 4 copies each. So with this deck of cards, you're going to be able to play bluffing games, trick-taking games, hidden trader games, auction games, battle games, strategy games, traditional style card games, lots of different games that for just buying this one deck of cards. So you'll get the deck and you'll get about 20 different rule sets to start, and our hope is that more designers and the community itself will create more games over time. So the deck itself will be about 10 bucks and you'll get all these games, you'll get all the rule sets, or for probably $25 or $30 you can get a more deluxe edition of the game with a deck and printed copies of all the rule sets that we have to date. Now, about half of the games we have are completely done, tested, blind play tested, ready to go. The rest are still in development. They're kind of in the last round of blind play testing now. We have a few of them that are we're still doing some changes to those. So we should be on track to have everything ready, the game done, all the games done, ready to print when we launch that Kickstarter in January. So I want to just show you one of the games here by Ken Shannon, a great designer. He's got a great strategy battle card game for 2 to 5 players called PentaWar, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how that works. And this is just one of the games that you can play with the system. We will have video walkthroughs for all the games that we do at launch, so you can learn the rules for each of these games that are coming out that can be used in Book of Dragons. So this one is PentaWar. All right, so here we are at the game table. I'm with my son Bobby. Hey Bobby, how are you doing? Have you ever played this game before, PentaWar?
No.
So Bobby is how old? 12. And he just turned 12, and he has never played this game. This is a game by Ken Shannon. Like I mentioned, it is a battle game kind of for 2 to 4 players. To set it up, I'm going to show you how to set it up. You're going to first take your deck, shuffle your deck really well, put your deck on the table. We're going to both be drawing cards from this deck. So one of the end game conditions for 2 players is if the deck runs out one time, the game is over. Whoever has the most cards in their flight, and I'll talk about that, will win the game, and then there's some tiebreakers. If you were playing with 3 to 5 players, or I'm sorry, 4 or 5 players, then you would cycle through the deck twice. So that's the only difference for 2 and 3 or 4 and 5 players. So you got your deck, then we're gonna flip 2 cards face up. This is gonna create our tableau. The tableau are cards that any player has access to. That's very important. But this is the really cool thing about the game, is this pentagram that we create. So to set up the pentagram, you draw a card blindly and put it and have them face inward, right? So you're gonna do 5. So you see, as you face them like this, you've got a shape of a pentagram there with those 5 cards. And what's cool about this is it shows you which dragons can kill which dragons. So this dragon is directly opposite the shadow dragon and the citrine dragon. So this dragon can kill either of those 2. So the undead dragon here can kill the citrine or the moon dragon because it's opposite. So Bobby, just see if you got it. What dragons could the shadow dragon kill?
These 2, the moon and the base.
That's exactly right. So this pentagram is kind of like a illustration in a rule book that's going to be changing during the course of the game. And there are actions in the game that let you change the makeup of this pentagram. So the game is very strategic, and that's a very cool mechanic. All right. So other than that, we've got a pentagram. We've got our 2 cards in the middle, and we both start with 2 cards face down. Bobby, you can look at those, but don't show me. All right. And I'm going to go through the actions that we can do on our turn. All right. So Bobby, here's the actions that we can do on our turn. And again, Bobby's never played this game before, so he's learning the first time. So I'm going to see if I could be a good teacher here. So there's the first action you can do is very simple. You can gather forces. Okay. Gather forces means I'm going to draw a new card from the deck into my hand, right? So maybe I needed an undead dragon because I want to kill a citrine dragon, and maybe I'm trying to draw for that. The catch is, whenever you gather forces from this deck, if I draw a card here and add it, I've got to take the next card and flip it face up and put it in the tableau in the center of the table. That means every player has access to those, so I'm giving other players more options whenever I gather forces. Got it?
Yep.
That's gather forces. The second thing you can do on your turn is strengthen your flight wing. And this is important because this is how you win the game, right? Whoever has the biggest flight wing when the deck runs out wins the game. Or if you have 5 dragons in your flight wing at the start of your turn, you win the game immediately.
Awesome.
So how that works, I'm going to use this pentagram here to show you how it works. So if I took a dragon, let me just use this one because it's in here. So to add a dragon to my flight wing, it has to be in the pentagram. So if you have a dragon that's not in this pentagram here, you cannot add it to your flight wing. This undead dragon, if it was in my hand, is in the flight wing, so I could add it to, is in the pentagram, so I could add it to my flight wing. So I'd say, that's my action, I'm adding this dragon to my flight wing. Now once it's down, that's one of the 5 dragons I need to win the game. So Bobby's going to want to try and kill it and get rid of it, right? Now, the next thing is, let's say I had, let me just draw another card, see if I have another undead dragon. So let's say I have another undead dragon in my hand. I'll shuffle these, Bobby, so we can start over.
Yeah.
So if I had another undead dragon, I could say I'm adding another card to my flight wing. Now I've got 2. And you see how I have to add it on the corner and cover up that one? Mm-hmm. Once you cover a card, the card underneath is protected. You can't kill it anymore. You can only kill the card on top, right? If I had a third card, oh, it's a citrine dragon. And look at that. We have a citrine dragon in the flight wing. I could not add it here. I have to build the second row completely before I start the third row, right? So now I've got 3 dragons in my flight wing. I only need 2 more to win. This is protected, but these 2 you can attack because nothing's covering them. The shadow dragon, I drew a shadow dragon. There is a shadow dragon in the pentagram, so I could add it. I would add it here. This is the 3rd level. So now this undead dragon's protected because the shadow is on top. This one's protected because these 2 are on top. This citrine dragon is still vulnerable to attacks from that evil boy.
It wasn't me.
So now I need 1 more card. The citrine dragon, if I played that, there's my 5. That's how a flight looks in the end. It's 5 cards in a triangle. So if I get those 5 cards down and it's the start of my turn, I win. Boom. Now you know 2 of the actions that you can take on your turn. 1, gather forces, which is just draw a card and then put a card face up. Or 2, add a card to your flight wing. To add a card to your flight wing, where does it have to match?
It has to match one of these cards.
That's right. It has to match a card in the pentagram. The third thing you can do, and this is going to be your favorite part, the third action you can take on your turn is to kill.
Yes.
So you can kill another dragon. And how do you kill a dragon? It's got to be a dragon. Yes. So, for example, if I had a card in my flight wing that matched, let's say I had this star dragon in my flight wing and Bobby wanted to attack me, right?
Yep.
There's the star dragon in the pentagram. He could attack me with a shadow dragon, right? Or he could attack me with a citrine dragon and kill me, right? So what he would do is he would play a card either from your hand and say, I'm killing that dragon with my citrine dragon, and you would play it. Or you could take a card from here, from the tableau, and attack me with it. So that's why drawing cards is good for you, but it's also helping other players at the same time. Just to recap, Bobby, so we both understand, to kill a dragon, it can't be covered in the tableau. It's got to be vulnerable, right? Once it's covered, it's protected.
Right.
2, you have to have a card in the tableau, the shared tableau, or your hand that matches the dragon that can kill the dragon you're trying to attack. If you have one of those, boom, you can kill the dragon, and you just took a point away from me, and you're closer to victory. Bobby, so the next action you can take, the 4th action, we've talked about gathering forces, which is draw a card, add a card. We've talked about strengthening your flight wing, playing a card to your victory point pile to win. We've talked about attacking to kill your opponent's card. The 4th thing you can do is the most powerful action. This is the last action you can take, and it's called Alter War. If you alter war, you can play a card from your hand or from the shared tableau to replace a card in the pentagram. So I could say, oh, my dad is going to kill me with that undead dragon. I'm going to change it. I'm going to put that sun dragon there. The dragon that you've replaced goes out of the game. It's discarded. And now we have a new dragon type in the pentagram.
Interesting.
But that's not all. After you do that, you can then do a free attack as well. So you can attack with a card from your hand, or you can attack with a card that's left in the tableau to kill. So I can, boom, add a dragon that I have, and then attack and kill. So that's the most powerful action in the game, is Alter War. It lets you replace a card in the tableau and then do an attack action. All right, so here's my hand. We've reshuffled the deck. There's our tableau. There's our PentaWar. Bobby's using his game topper tabletop here to hold his cards for him. And now, Bobby, you're the youngest, so I'm going to let you go first. So what action are you going to take?
I think I'm going to draw a card.
So he's going to gather forces, so he gets a card he's going to add. And then he's got to draw another card and place it face up in the tableau, which is going to be beneficial for me. Oh, so Bobby placed a fire dragon.
Interesting.
That is very interesting. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add a card to my flight. So I happen to have a moon dragon, and there's a moon dragon over there in the pentagram. So I'm gonna put it down here, and I've started my flight. I'm currently winning. All right, Bobby, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to add a flight dragon too. I have a star dragon that I will place on the table.
All right. Bobby has a star dragon, and now it's my turn. And now, unfortunately for Bobby, I am going to attack
With your shadow
because I have
dragon. The shadow dragon.
a citrine dragon.
What?
So I'm attacking him,
Oh, yep.
and that citrine dragon can kill the undead or the star dragon. So Bobby, your dragon's dead. My citrine dragon is dead too. Throw him over there, off to the side. They're out of the game. Now it's Bobby's turn.
Alright, well.
He's going to start again. All right, so now Bobby is safe in the tableau, right? However, I'm going to do something tricky. I'm going to alter the war. So to alter the war, I'm going to take a sun dragon from the tableau. I am going to replace it with the shadow dragon. So I'm going to get rid of the shadow dragon out of the game. I'm going to put the sun dragon there. And remember, when you alter the war, I can attack for free.
Right.
So I'm going to take this sun dragon to attack your dragon that I just added, and it's dead. So throw it away. So boom. No? All right. So we're going to play a little while and we'll come back and let you know who wins. All right, so Bobby and I have been battling. We're down to 1 card left in the deck. I've got 4 dragons in my flight. He's got 4 dragons in his flight. That's the current pentagram. We've discarded a bunch of cards over there. These are my cards. So luckily I've got one here. I've got this ice dragon that matches what's in the pentagram. So I'm going to add that to my flight. And that, then it goes to Bobby. I haven't won. Remember, it's at the start of my turn. I just added that. So Bobby gets a turn. He's got 1 card left. What you going to do? Oh, and you finished your flight. But you don't win until the start of your turn. Now it's my turn. I have 5 at the start of my turn, so I am the winner. So Bobby, I know you lost. It was a close game, but what'd you think of it?
It was fun.
You like it? What'd you like about it?
I like this because that's cool, and I like how you can switch it up and mess the person up and kill dragons.
Yeah, so I think Ken Shannon did an excellent game here, and Kenny Shannon. They worked together developing this game. We've done play testing of this game here in Charlotte as well, and it's neat because you can kind of change the strategy here by changing. You can alter the war by changing these. You can remove cards if you've got the right stuff. If you don't have the right cards, you can change that so you will have the right cards. And then of course you're trying to build your own. So it's a really great battle game. Works very well with 2 players. Works with more players as well, up to 5. So this is PentaWar. This is just one of the games you can play with Book of Dragons. That's coming to Kickstarter in January 2018. If you want to stay abreast of Book of Dragons, check out bookofdragonsgame.com. You can find more information there, or if you want to be reminded when the game goes to Kickstarter, that's the place to go. Thanks for watching. Bye.